Okay, so I'm here with Mark Cornelius, my good friend. He has done an in-place drying job, and there's one little situation when you do an in-place drying job. The point is you want to salvage what?
The carpet.
The carpet.
And pad.
And cushion. So that's what he did. Everything's dry. It looks great. They've still got some work to put things back together, as you can see, and they're just now loading up all of the equipment and getting all of that ready to go. And under normal circumstances, once he gets somebody in to do the baseboards and everything, maybe touch up some paint and things, he'd be done. However, one thing happened here before they were able to get to this water loss, and that is in a few places we've got some furniture stains. Now, once carpets get furniture stains, quite often it's customary to say that they're permanent and they cannot be removed. And in some cases that is true. However, we're going to see what we can do today about removing some of these furniture stains that were caused by this cherry wood finished piece right here. So you can see what color this is. The bottom of it does not have a clear finish on it, and what ends up happening is that the stain that's on the bottom leaches out into the carpet. That's what we're going to try to remove today. Alright, so we're using a Pro's Choice spotting kit. This isn't the only one that's available. You can use many different ones, but we're going to use two chemicals out of this. The first one that we're going to try is Power Gel. And the Power Gel is designed to break down any oils that are in there that are going to prevent our water-based solutions from getting in. Power Gel will break down those oil-based deposits, and it's also an emulsifier, so it can be freely rinsed with water. One of the keys when you're using Power Gel, however, is to make sure that you don't over-apply it, because it can be somewhat difficult to rinse. So when you apply it sparingly. So what I like to do is to take it and not put the gel directly onto the carpet, but I put a little bit onto the end of my carpet shark like this. And I'm going to apply this only on a small portion of the stain so that I can see, it's a little messy, so that I can see whether or not we're going to get good results. It doesn't make sense to try to treat the entire stain if this isn't going to work. So you apply the Power Gel and you kind of work it into the fibers first. This will break down any deposits that are there. And as you can see, I don't know if you can notice this, but the color, not because of the light changing, that's because of Mark.
Clouds.
No, but you'll see that the color's changing ever so slightly already. So there was something else here that is being broken down by the Power Gel. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that we can apply this pretty much to a good portion of the spot. We'll do about half of it. See how that's going to go. Now you can also take Power Gel and you can mix it with water and cut it down. So in other words, you could make this into an emulsifying spray that you could then spray on the spot, and it also helps you to avoid over-application. So you can see the color's already starting to change, so some of the components of that dye are actually being lifted by the Power Gel. Now, the recommendations from Pro's Choice are to then, once you've got the fiber saturated with Power Gel, to then cover the spot with Power Gel. I've never done that, but I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions this time just so that I can see how it goes. The downside about doing this is it's going to be a little bit more difficult to rinse this out. And rinsing it out thoroughly is one of the primary keys to making our stain remover work after this part of the process is done. But I'm going to go ahead and apply that somewhat heavier. The recommended dwell time on this is at least 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn off the camera, and we're going to give that about 5 minutes to do its job while we go and get our extraction equipment. Okay, so our next step, Mark's already taken this towel, and he's taken it into the bathroom. He wet it to the degree that when he wrings it out, it's not dripping wet, but we still have a significant amount of moisture in it. We're going to be using heat and steam to accelerate the next chemical that we're going to use. So I'm going to set this to the side. We still have to extract out our Power Gel first, and once that's been done, we blot as much moisture out as we can, and then we switch over to our stain remover.